Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 9 of my collection. I'm playing through my entire collection of Atari 2600 games, and then I'll move on to other consoles. Uh, so, as you see, my 2600 is back tonight. I received my power pack early today, so I plugged it in, and everything is working great again. I also mentioned that over the weekend I thought I had busted my Wicco Commander joystick. Let me see this thing. So I bought two more of them actually off of eBay, and they arrived today too. So I'm testing this one out. This one actually seems pretty snappy. It seems a little better than the one that I had. So maybe it was a little bit of an upgrade for me. So tonight I have three games. I'm playing Human Cannonball, Bowling, and Skydiver, and I'll just get into it right away. If there's extra time, I'm gonna maybe play a different game, another game outside of these three. So Human Cannonball was released in 1979. It uses a joystick controller. My best friend had this game, and I do remember playing it a few times when I was a kid. It wasn't really exciting as the other titles that we had at our disposal, and I didn't feel like it was as competitive as some of the other games that we were playing. So, in this game, though, the player fires the cannon at the correct angle and speed to fire a human cannonball, the person shot from the cannon, into a water tower. It says water tower. As a kid, we didn't ever read the instructions. I always thought it was a net. So each time the player records a hit, they receive 1 point. So if you get the man into the water tower, you get a point. If you don't, the computer receives a point for you. Well, it's actually not the computer. It records hits and misses. So the left score is your hit, the right score is your miss. And that's on single player games. On two-player games, it's just anytime you score. The game ends when either you have 7 hits or 7 misses. There's 8 different modes to play. Really, there's 4 games and 2 players, and I'm going to play 2 different games. I'm going to play the standard one at game 1, and then I'll also play game, I think it's 4 or 8, I can't recall, where basically you have to shoot the human cannonball through a small window into the water tower. So we'll see how those go. And like I said, it can be played in single or two-player mode. And in two-player mode, they take turns. And I will turn the static off and turn the game on. So here you see game 1 is 1 player. So it's the one on the left is the game number. The one on the right is the number of players. So I'm just going to reset this. And so here you see the wind miles per hour is 30, which is pretty high. The angle is, or it's 29. The angle is, boy, it's just barely angular back to change the angle. So that's straight down, and then it goes 10 degrees at a time. Okay, so it works the way it said. So I'm gonna just I'm gonna go up to 45, and I'm gonna fire away. I'm thinking this guy's gonna go too far, so I'm gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna go 60 degrees. All right, first shot. Landed him. So that's 1 point for me. Okay, the wind is the same way, but it doesn't give you a direction, so it might be into the wind. So I'm gonna, no, basically the same. Okay, 42. So that's pretty high wind. I'm gonna go to 70 degrees. I missed him. Hey, he's dead. So that's 1 miss. So now it's 38 miles per hour. I'm going to still stay with 70. And And there I moved the water tower a little bit and caught him. So this is 45 miles an hour. So I'm going to put it up to 80 degrees and see how he comes down. Caught him. It's not a very exciting game. Okay, 41. So it might be a little closer this time. Ooh, just barely got him. So 42. So I'm gonna bring it down to 75. Doesn't give you a lot of time to react, you know. It just, you know, because it disappears when it goes behind the scoreboard. So 34. So I'm gonna bring it down to 60. 63. Let's try 63. Caught him. So that's game. 7 points. So it's not a real exciting game. 7, 8. So this is game 8. So in this, I control the angle, and I have to time it to go through the window. Okay. Oh, and I control the distance too. So it's 41 miles an hour. That's pretty high. Let's see what we do here. Whoops. Almost made it. But I think it still would have been a problem. So 43. So the 77 degrees is too high. Oh no, that's the angle. Oh no. I'm never going to get it. Yeah, not even close. This is actually pretty hard in this scenario. I wonder if you can shoot them now. Yeah, he goes over it. Almost made it. I'm one step closer and I would have did it. So now it's 27 miles an hour. Oh, terrible. This is actually pretty challenging. Can't win. He almost went back all the way to the cannon. I've not gotten one through the window yet. I went over the top. I wonder if you can hit off of it, like ricochet him into the net. So I'm going to try this a little more. And we didn't spend that much time on it yet. So 35 miles an hour. I'm going to get one of these. Man, I keep hitting it. My timing is way off. It's moving faster than I think it's moving. And then you get something like that where I can't even. Hey, that was just blind luck. That was the speed, the wind speed. 40 miles an hour at 27 degrees. I should have backed up more. Oh, just overshot it. Just overshot it. I think the game's going to end here. So I'm going to go back one tick. I probably should have stayed where I was. Maybe I would have made it. Probably would have bounced off the front. So that's basically Human Cannonball. You know, it's not. There's not a lot to it. It's we had fun playing it as a kid, and really we were sadistic. We were kind of shooting the cannon man into the water tower. That game tends to lead itself to that. So the next game on my list is bowling. Bowling was real big in the 80s too, so don't judge us for playing a video game to bowl. So the history of bowling from the Atari. So it was released in 1979. It uses a joystick. My cousin had this game and he got really good at it. I enjoyed playing it when we visited as well. We always used the steerable levels. I went to practice and I went right to that game because I know the other ones are a little more difficult, and I'm not even that good at this game, so I wanted to do the steerable. But I don't know how realistic it is because you can steer the ball up and down, which is basically left and right. It can be played in with one or two players, and there's three variations. There's the straight ball, which is I think games 5 and 6. There's the steerable, which I had mentioned, which is games 3 and 4, and there's the curved ball, which is probably the most realistic, where you put a curve on the ball, you throw it, and then you hit it so that it breaks, and then goes and hits the pins, and that's games 1 and 2. The graphics on this are considered reasonable for the time. It's rated as a number 2 from VGR, and the playability is 3, which is worth playing. And I'll tell you, we had fun with this as well when I was a kid. Okay, so game 3, game 1 player. That little white you see up above here, that's just light from my green screen. Okay, so I put my man in the position and hit the button. Ooh, strike. So he does a little dance when he gets a strike. He does a little different dance when he gets a spare. Two in a row. Woohoo! Turkey. Oh, man, I was going for the perfect game. Man, I almost got 100 points now. When I was practicing earlier, I left a lot of frames open. So that's the spare dance. It's not as exciting as the strike dance. Left one pin. I think I broke 200. This is probably my all-time best game ever. Oof. I had to say something. Oh, open frame. That was stupid. I knew how to finish. So 232, that's not bad. Twice as much as I could do in real life bowling. This game, it doesn't take a long time to play. When there's two players, it gets a little competitive, but it is actually a little fun. And You see there, I mostly rolled them straight, but when the ball starts hitting the pins and there's action, then I adjust the bowling ball to kind of clean them up. So it worked out okay. I mean, I played better than I thought I would. So I'm gonna try another game. I'll try game one, which is the curveball one. And this game I've always had trouble with because you have to hit it just right. Well, I guess as an adult, it's a little easier. The sweet spot is between I think it's 1 and 2 pins there. Oof. Dang. Ooh, I hit it late again. In my own head, that's the problem. That's a good spare to pick up. The nice thing is, though, even though this is the curve ball, you don't have to make it curve. Timing's off. I'm not going high enough. That's really the problem. Left one. And you can pick up a 7-10 in this game. If you saw there, if you hit just the edge of the pin, it shoots down the screen. So if you get a 7-10, you can pick it up in this game, theoretically. Pick up this spin. Yeah, see there, it's shot down. So 171. Still not bad. Not as good as the steerable ball, but like I said, it's a pretty quick game. I mean, I played that. I think it was a 5-minute game. So, these games didn't take that long in the past. If you had two people, it may take you 10 minutes, maybe 15. But it was a lot of fun. And it not as fun as real bowling was to kids, but, if you're stuck inside on a rainy day, this can pass the time. So the last game I have to play tonight is Skydiver. So Skydiver was released in 1979. It also uses the joystick. I don't know anyone who had this game, but I remember playing it once as a kid. I don't. Maybe it was a different cousin had it. Somebody that I didn't go to their house very often, but I did play this once. The object of Skydiver is to jump out of the plane and release the parachute and land on the landing pad. To get higher points, you need to release the parachute closer to the ground. So it's kind of like a daredevil game. If you don't, you splat, and I think it actually subtracts points. You have 9 jumps. The most points you can get in a jump is 11, so the maximum score is 99. The graphics on this game are rated 2 from VGR, which is reasonable graphics, and the playability is 3, which is worth playing. Okay. So here's my game. I will just reset on game one. So there I landed and I got 10 points. So you see it's not that difficult once you know what you're doing. But, you know, the closer you get to the ground, whoops. Now there was a mistake. I pulled back and pushed the button, and I didn't even land it. So my foot was off of the screen. Or off of the landing pad. The guy didn't die. So you can die too, you can just splat. 2 more jumps. Nope, and 1 foot's off, so I didn't score. This one's gonna be tough. So that's it. That's game. I got 50 points out of 99 possible. So, and I threw one of the jumps away just to show you what the splat was. Um, that's it for Skydiver. So here's the moving landing pads. We'll try that one. Ugh. Oh, they bounce into each other. Okay. Woo! Oh, and the guy moves when he lands. Nope. We got lucky. Oops. Forgot to deploy my parachute. Looking at the pad. You get the hang of it. Oops. I landed on it. Squished myself, but I landed on it. So that's game. I mean, that, you know, they're kind of interesting. You know, at the time, they were great games. So that's it for the games I had to play for tonight. I hope you enjoyed my show tonight. I will be back tomorrow with another 3 games, and as always, stay safe, wash your hands, social distance, be healthy, and like, subscribe, do all that stuff if you want to. I appreciate it, and have a good evening. Thank you.